farther. When we talked about it, and I was pretending to rotate around, did I scoot back for it to be winter?
No.
You just how did I make it winter? Mia, do you remember?
Yeah, you just made it.
Which direction?
I think that way.
Farther, or not farther, but with direct light or indirect light?
Indirect.
What do you think? Indirect. Okay? You don't have to get literally closer or farther away from the sun to change the seasons. That's what they're telling us. That's what they think. But really we know that it's because of the Earth's tilt.
So they're wrong?
So they're totally wrong.
Yes, we're correct.
Wow,
They're no, the Earth, oh, hang on. Cameron, I want to address your question. No, the Earth does not get closer to the sun sometimes and farther away. The entire time, the Earth stays the exact same distance from the sun. The only thing that's changing is which direction it's tilted, and then that affects the sunlight.
That makes night and day.
Well, when it spins,
No,
yes,
when
that
it
makes night and day.
Night and day.
When it tilts, what does it do, Elias?
Change the season.
Change the seasons.
But wow.
All right, so you guys just found out that the fifth graders, you're in Miss Miller's classroom,
That's smarter.
in room 214, have a better understanding than some students who just graduated from Harvard University.
We're smarter than them.
On this subject, maybe not smarter, but maybe more aware. Okay?
Same thing.
So, what we're going to do today, because I'm sure that if students from Harvard are confused as to why the seasons are, I'm sure that other people are probably confused. We understand.
Because Harvard's one of the best colleges in the world.
Yep. Okay?
Harvard,
Let's
Princeton.
get back on topic,
Yale.
please. Let's get back on topic, please.
I like Yale. NC State.
I'm going to wait. Okay. So since it's probably fair to assume that if these students who just graduated from a really good university are confused about why seasons happen, other people in the public, besides us, might be confused also, right? So we are going to make a public service announcement helping out the public to know why the seasons occur. Okay? A real service announcement.
We're going to be on YouTube.
You might be on YouTube, maybe.
Yay!
Well,
I'm not allowed to be on YouTube.
It is completely up to you in terms of how much you write down, whether or not you get to record. Okay? But this is what we need to think about when writing a public service announcement. I would like you to take notes so that your public service announcement will have all the necessary components. All right, so in a public service announcement, I'm just going to write PSA. Is that okay?
Yes.
No, PSA. I mean, so what do we have? It takes too long if you
All right, so there are a couple things that we already know in terms of a public service announcement. We know that they are very short. Excuse me, I'm going to tell you right now.
So we got right there.
Yes. They are usually not longer than a minute. Okay, it's very, very short. Less than 1 minute. Okay? We also know that they are similar to commercials. They're similar to commercials. Michaela said that they can be heard on the radio as well as on TV.
Public.
Public. Of an issue or an idea. Okay. What's your question?
I was wondering why they only lasted a minute.
Just in general, public service announcements, since they're usually not selling anything, they don't get money, and so someone has to sponsor them. And so, time, have you heard the expression, time is money?
Yes.
Yeah. The longer your PSA is, the more money it costs. And since someone's sponsoring it, they try to keep them really short, so it doesn't cost a lot of money to produce.
What if I'm doing your cover?
Then they could make them off. Okay? One thing that is a little bit different than commercial, because remember, commercials are trying to persuade you to buy a certain object or participate in something else. They don't necessarily use those persuasive techniques like we talked about in our opinion papers. They don't necessarily use them because they're so short, they don't have a lot of time. One thing they do use though is a tagline. What is a tagline? Think about it for a second. What is a tagline? They use taglines. Anybody have any ideas on what a tagline could be? Another word for tagline might be catchphrase.
Oh,
Does
what
that help
slogan?
you? Does that help you out? What could be a tagline or a catchphrase? Turn and talk to your elbow buddy on what you think a catchphrase or tagline might be. And let's go ahead and talk. So let's do Eva and, oh, you want to go this way? Okay, that's fine. All right, come back to me. Come back to me. What's a tagline or a catchphrase? What did you and your partner talk about? Ariane, what did you guys talk about? So they are generally repetitive. Good. What else do we know, or what did you talk about with your partner? I heard some examples. Elias, what did you guys talk
We
about?
talked about, we said, oh yeah, you said like a slogan.
Oh, it's like a slogan.
Like, you know how, like Burger King slogan is over the Whopper.
And then McDonald's is like, I'm running it.
Yeah. So when you hear that catchphrase, you automatically think of that company, that business, whoever is attached to it, right? Very good. It's very, very similar. All right. Mia?
We actually thought of Elias, and she says hot dog, and that's his catchphrase, and he says it like a lot.
Oh, so Elias has a catchphrase.
Yes, hot dog.
Elias, did you know that you had a tagline?
I did. No, I didn't know it was called tagline though.
Oh, well now you know. Now you know. All right, last one. Cameron, what did you and your buddy talk about?
We talk about how sometimes they can like
good. It's an attention grabber. So we know that taglines, Elias, are generally, you'd be copying this down so you know what to include. We know that they are generally repetitive. Since our PSA is really short, it may only be repeated once or 2 or 3 times. We know that it's similar to a slogan, and you guys gave me some good examples with fast food change. And we know, that is an attention grabber. Right, so some famous taglines that have come from public service announcements. One of them you might have heard of is, "A mind is a terrible thing to waste." Have you heard that before? Raise your hand if you have heard that before. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. That came from a public service announcement. Okay? Here's another one. Friends don't let friends drive drunk. Have you heard that one before? Yes. Friends don't let friends drive drunk. That's another very famous public service announcement, and that was their tagline that a lot of people remember. Hang on to that thought. All right?
No, it's not a thought.
Okay, what is it?
It was a question.
Go ahead.
Why can't we use that today? Like, don't, we go put up signs that say, "Don't let your friends drive drunk."
Well, it's still played today, but those were 2 examples that have been put out as public service announcements that a lot of people still remember. Okay, but you're right. They're still current today. They still work today. All right. So when you are creating, does everyone have this down? Yes.
Yes.
All right. So when you are creating your public service announcement, these are the things, ladies and gentlemen, that you need to include. Okay? The first thing you need to include why do the seasons occur? This is the piece that we're using to inform the public, so we actually should talk about it. Okay? Why do the seasons occur? Elijah, do you have a question?
No. Oh, I thought you wanted.
Don't answer it right now. You're going to answer it when you make your PSA. Okay? The second thing that you should include is what is a common misconception about seasons? Okay, a misconception is just an idea that is probably not right yet. What was the misconception from the video? Do you remember? Kiba, do you remember?
Yes, they said that the Earth moved back when it was winter, and the Earth moved like closer to the sun when it was summer.
Good. So that is a common misconception that you can use within your PSA. So you want to say what people currently think and then inform them of what is actually correct. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So this is the piece of information that is not correct. A lot of people think this, but actually this is right. Does that make sense? Okay. The last thing that you should include, and this might be the hardest part,